So let's talk about suicide. September is National Suicide Awareness Month. September 10th is National Suicide Awareness Day. And this month is so very dear to my heart because as a person who has struggled for so long, I feel like this month is the month where I need to speak out. This month is the month where I need to make an impact on someone's lives because I never want anyone to struggle the same way I do. I never want anyone to feel so worthless and alone inside. And I'm not recording this to get attention to myself, but I'm bringing awareness for others on what it looks like, what depression feels like, the signs of it. And I just want to share a little bit about myself with you guys because not a lot of people know what's been going on with me. And I feel like my words can help someone. I feel like my story can help someone. And you never know what anyone is ever going through. You never know if the person checking you out at Ross is what their thoughts are. You never know what the person who you're shopping with at the mall, what they're experiencing. And I want to bring this out. I want everyone to know that suicide, it's not just, oh, you'll get over it. Depression is not just shove it off, it's fine. Anxiety is not all in your head. These are real struggles that people deal with daily, and they need help. They need compassion. They need love. They need support. They don't need judgment. And when I was thinking about making this video, I wanted to look nice with makeup on, showered, but I'm not. I'm in pajamas, my hair is greasy from the day before, and I have no makeup on my face because this is how I feel. This is not the fake Monica. This is the real inside depressed Monica, and I want to speak out. I want people to know. I want to help. So here's just a little bit of my story. Depression is something that I have struggled with for a really long time. As a teenager, I experienced a suicide attempt. It was before my 16th birthday, and since then I've had to learn how to survive life with depression, and I struggle on it on a daily basis. Depression isn't something that just comes and goes. It's something that just sits in your head, and it's something that tells you you're not good enough, that no one does love you, that your friends are tired of you and your sadness. Depression is a darkness that tells you that you can't wake up every day. It's a darkness that tells you that you're not going to win, that this is going to defeat you. And no one has a right to feel this way. I wish every day that this wasn't me. I wish every day that I had a great life. And there's been a lot of horrible experiences that I honestly am not going to talk about in this video, but there's been a lot of horrible experiences that have made me who I am. And as much as I wish those things didn't happen, I know that everything happens for a reason. Just like my suicide attempt. In March of 2017, I had a second suicide attempt. It's really hard for me to talk about because it's not something that I just want everyone knowing. But in my raw emotions, I feel like it definitely needs to be shared. I got to a point where I felt like it wasn't worth it. That being an adult sucked. That working is really hard. That I didn't really have friends. That I just had friends in the seasons of life that I was in. But they weren't really my friends because when I changed, they changed. And I was living by myself. I was tired of working, tired of living, and I was just over it. And I survived. I survived where I should have definitely been dead, and I'm not going to talk about how it happened just due to triggers, but I should have been dead. And I'm not. And that just means that this life has purpose. That there is a meaning here. And I'm still figuring it out. I'm still going to therapy. And I'm still seeing a psychiatrist. But there's meaning. And if it's simply just to tell you guys my story, then heck yeah. I am here to make an impact somehow, some way. I want you to know you are too. That ending your life isn't an answer. That there are ways to get help. And it all just starts by you communicating. Mind you, communication is my biggest struggle. My therapist tells me every week that I need to work on communication. And for me, when I feel really stuck in my head, I don't say anything. I pull away from my friends. I post very negative comments on Facebook. I make cynical jokes. I stop showering. I go to work with no makeup on. I lay in bed all day. And I kind of just sit there in my feelings. So for those who don't know what depression looks like, that's what depression looks like. Those are like the biggest signs. So please, if you know someone who's struggling in that way, look at the signs and try to ask them how they are. But when I get in those emotions, all I want to do is be depressed. And I am still working on communicating to my friends when I'm having a low day. But for a person who struggles, all you have to do is text someone. You don't even have to make the effort of getting up, getting a shower. All you have to do is text someone who you trust and say, hey, I'm having a low day. I need help. And it takes a lot to speak out. It takes a lot to reach out. But I know if you really want to get better, if you want to stop experiencing these emotions, if you want to fight, all you have to do is reach out. And to every person who is affected by a suicide and they didn't have my case of surviving, I want to say I'm sorry. Because in the end, that person really loved you. In the end, that person cared so much about you, and I know it doesn't seem like it because they were so selfish to just leave. But in reality, they were just trying to escape the emotion that they felt. I just want everyone to know that life is worth living, that you have a purpose. And I know it's so hard to see in the midst of the pain. And as an adult, I'm still experiencing life and it gets harder and harder. But find what keeps you living. Find what keeps you going. I know that my dog could not survive without me. And it sounds silly to you, but to me, my dog is why I'm here. And she helps me in my depression. And if you need an animal that helps, do it. If you want to go help old people, do it. If you want to help the homeless, do it. Don't let your depression win. Don't let your anxiety win. Don't let your PTSD or bipolar disorder win. You are the one that determines where you're going to go. You are the one that determines each day you're going to have. And for me, I have to tell myself that every day, that I determine the day I'm going to have. And some days you have bad days, some days you have great days. But don't let the bad days win. Thank you for watching this. I'm not trying to have this shared everywhere, but I just want people to know. And so if you have anyone who's struggling, please share my story with them. And just know that I'm going to fight as long as you fight. So, thank you.